are watching the Meikas Safehouse channel on TVU. Meikas Safehouse, a bird rehabilitation and rehoming center based in Sherwood Park, Alberta. Meikas Safehouse provides a safe and loving environment for birds in need.
Good morning, it's Ian here at Meikas Safehouse, and we're just going to make some breakfast for the birds. I was just explaining that there's kind of a smell going on here, and that's the apple cider vinegar. And all I'm doing with that is that's cleaning out the broccoli. So I guess before I get actually making the breakfast, I should explain to everybody that this is something that you feed in concert with pellets. It doesn't replace pelletized diet. This is simply for enrichment and some extra nutrients and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I can show you. This is some leftovers from yesterday, and we're just going to add to that. And basically, we just have some red pepper. And that we're going to quickly, I feel like Yan Can. You guys remember Yan Can? Hey? But just quickly take that. I like to put a little bit of the seeds in there because the birds really like that. Okay, and so this is all it is. So they call it chop for a reason. We just chop everything up. Because we have a lot of different birds here, I chop everything up fairly small. Because I have a lot of different characters here, and they're all going to have different ideas of how they want to go about it. Some birds like to hold their food, some birds not so much. Some big chunks, little chunks. So we try to give a little bit of variety on everything. But that's as simple as it is. We just keep going and chop everything up. So when you're doing this kind of stuff, I find red pepper is a good replacement for a lot of fruits, and it won't go moldy right away. So there's a lot of vitamin C in the red pepper, and so that's a good little vitamin for the birds. All right, so there's one. Easy. Carrots. Same idea. We just chop them up, get as many different kind of shapes and sizes as we can on it. And then again, I find a lot of birds are into carrots, just simply because of the texture of them. I think more than anything else. Carrots are another one that's good for them. There's a lot of vitamin A in carrots. And we do find that a lot of birds that come into care that have maybe been just on a seed diet have a big time vitamin A deficiency. And so we, a lot of times, we got to go see our doctor, and the doctor will give us a vitamin A supplement just to get them back up to snuff. And I know when we were talking about Lou, the Amazon parrot earlier, that was one of Lou's biggest things, is that he was very deficient in vitamin A. So we make sure that Lou gets lots of carrots, right? But yeah, so that's kind of the quick on that. Now, another one. This is, well, you guys know what that is. That's corn. And this is another one that just gives a little bit of sweetness to the chop. Birds seem to really enjoy corn. If we were just feeding macaws, I'd cut it, this way, and just give them discs of corn. But because again we have so many guys in the rescue, I go like this, and then everybody can enjoy it. Because you can't, if you're a little cockatiel, you're not going to pick up a ring of corn and do much with it. But yeah, so this is, yeah, and of course, if you have birds that want to play with that kind of stuff, and I know we do have a couple, I can give them just a cob later, and they can turn that into a toy. You can always stick things into it, and yeah. So we'll use that as a toy later. And here's of course the broccoli. Now like I said before, we use the apple cider vinegar. That helps clean everything. A lot of microbacteria and stuff like that can get inside the crowns of broccoli, and it's really hard just by rinsing it with rinsing it with a faucet to get everything clean. So we just give it once over with the apple cider vinegar, and that pretty much takes care of that. All right.
So this is for the all the birds that are here. So it's looking like you're preparing almost 7 pounds of food here.
Yeah. Well, and then normally I do it, and sometimes, like you see in some of the leftover stuff, there's some pasta.
Okay.
I made that up yesterday, and that's leftovers from yesterday. And yeah, some of the birds really enjoy pasta.
And then what is it? How much is that? The amount of birds that are here, as opposed to that are in the safe house? Like
safe house. Well, I think it's most of them are here now.
Okay.
The ones at the house are kind of some of those guys right now are bird sitting clients.
Oh, okay.
And but most of the rescue guys are here now, except for a couple.
Okay.
And they are a cockatoo and an Amazon, and they're.
So you're doing about what, 12 pounds of food a day?
Yeah, about that. I would say close to 10.
10
yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
And I guess the most frustrating part about it all is that I know for a fact, there's a good percentage of this stuff is just going to hit the floor. And
that's part of it, though, right?
That's just life with birds, and it's. I know people get frustrated by it, and they don't quite understand. If I put all this work into it, and you just threw it on the floor, and but it's just that's how birds eat, and it's just one of those facts of life that you just have to kind of get yourself through. So this is cucumber, and again, this takes the place of fruit, and I find that this is one of the foods that really, for the guys that aren't big chop eaters, they like broccoli, or they like cucumber, because it's got seeds in it. It's kind of sweet, but it's also got a lot of nutrition to it, and it's awesome. And I don't mind it too. Out of all this stuff, this is the one that I will eat. I always laugh at the girl at the grocery store when I go in there. She's looking at me like, this guy's buying all these vegetables. He must be vegetarian or something like that. He must be healthy. And then she takes a good look at me and says, but there's something wrong. It's not adding up. And then I have to explain to him that all this healthy stuff is for the birds, and I'll probably end up with a Mick heart attack or something like that later on, and just simply for time and laziness. All right, so then this is.
And how many food preps a day do you do then?
Just the one.
Okay.
Just the one, in the morning, and we'll just do basically this tub, we just fill it up.
Yeah.
Right. So we're just gonna keep going. I didn't bring any more ingredients this morning. Sometimes I'll put quinoa in. Sometimes I'll rice we'll put in. Beans. You can put beans in there. The thing that I have trouble with beans is that there's lots of extra work for beans. Beans, we have to make sure that they're really rinsed and cooked thoroughly, and there are some beans that aren't really that great for birds. So we have to be aware of that. I can't remember which beans it is that birds can't have, but mung beans and all that kind of stuff they can eat, but it has to be cooked thoroughly. I think it's lima beans or something like that they shouldn't have. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff, but you can in the chop you can put like hibiscus flower in here. You can put chamomile flower in here, and that again it gives it color, which is enriching to the birds. It gives it lots of different textures and lots of different flavors, which is enriching for the birds. Because you got to remember, these guys don't eat a whole lot of one particular thing. They eat a little bit of a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
So we give them, as many choices as we can economically. I quickly find out the things that aren't really successful in the chop, and so I try not to buy too much of that. I will do it once in a while just because, but I'm pretty confident that the birds aren't going to eat a lot of what was it, dragon fruit. We bought that one time. Didn't go over real well, and some of it could be because I didn't know how to present it properly.
Mm-hmm.
but you know, we'll put that in once in a while. I usually put in one citrus fruit. I didn't bring any today, but I usually put in pineapple, just because it goes a long way. Oranges are great, but they take a long time to prepare, and so it's just as for a time saver, I generally don't do oranges. Again, you can do grapes, you can do things like that, but they do take a lot of energy on your end, and the birds love them, but it's always about choices with these guys. And so if you give them a choice of eating a grape or eating this, they're going to eat the grape, and this is what you want them to eat. They're going to choose the fruit, just like kids. You know, that's and a lot of times it's the same kind of theory. So we want to give the birds the choices, but we want to limit their choices to only healthy choices. And it's not that grapes aren't healthy, it's just that birds don't have a break on, they're not going to say, well, geez, well, that's enough, I'm not going to have any more. They're just going to keep eating it just like like a little kid would with a chocolate bar. You know, you only have one, but so, eat your Brussels sprouts. Right? So, so it's the same kind of logic. You always want to give the birds choices and lots of those choices. And those choices should be mainly healthy, but put some healthy options in there that might be viewed as treats. So like once in a while, put a couple grapes in. We'll put cranberry in there. I'm gonna roast up some pumpkin pretty soon in the next couple days, because we have a bunch of little tiny pumpkins that somebody donated. And I'm going to roast those up, and that'll go into our chop. That's a seasonal thing. Other than that, that's about it. So we can just mix all this together. And you can see, there it is. It's just like a big bird salad. There it is.
Awesome.
And it's ready to go.
Yeah.
And go.
Okay, so you might think this is a funny time of year to be thinking about birding and gardening, but we have a solution for you as the weather drops like it has this week. It's time to put out a heated bird bath for your birds. So even in the winter, the birds need to clean themselves, and of course they need water to drink. So this particular bird bath comes with either a stand, or you can mount it onto your handrail. And it tilts easy for cleaning, and all your doggies will plug it in and filling it up. One interesting thing that happens at our place, at night, sometimes the deer come in to drink the bird bath dry. So you have to fill it first thing in the morning.
They like the warm water too.
You can buy individual heaters as well. We have some soft ones there, and these come in different sizes.
Cool. The other thing we have that's just for decoration, and it'll also attract birds. This is a pine cone that has millet seeds and sunflower seeds stuck to it. So it looks like a Christmas ornament, I think, but it's a perfect thing just to hang in the yard, and you'll have little birds coming.
And upcoming for Halloween, we do have some themed products, some little spells, same idea. Birds will enjoy those too.
Enjoy. Want to look We also have wind chimes. This is something that you might want to consider for a Christmas gift or something like that coming up. We have a few different ones. This one's a dragon, and I just that nice little wind chime.
Use a heater with a built-in thermometer. You don't have to go outside. You can just pick them up. All right. Christmas decor.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Okay.
All right. We're good? All right, off we go. And so now everybody's just having their breakfast. This little conure, who just came last week. He's never had chop before, so we're going to see how he does. So basically, take a little bit of our salad, put it in there for him, and see how he does. He's actually been really good about taking the food, so it's been very interesting. Again, while we're doing this, we always make sure that the pelletized diet is also in the cage. We want to make sure that they have access to that all the time. This is a seed treat that we give them last night, and they eat this at kind of just as their evening meal. And so this is kind of the stuff that we want to see them eating most of the time, and this is their main breakfast. There you go, Oscar. And this is Gaia. Same thing. And we're coming up to Buddy here, who I have to be careful, because Buddy doesn't like me all that much, and he will take a run at me if he gets a chance. So I always have to kind of keep both eyes on him.
Isn't that interesting?
I don't, and why he's chosen me to be the enemy, I don't know, but everybody has a role. So yeah, this is Buddy. Oh, he's in the back. He's kind of sleeping, so we'll leave him be at that. Everything should go all right.
Janine has an adversary too.
Oh, absolutely.
And which one was that?
That's Pickle.
Pickle.
Pickle, yeah. Pickle and Janine don't get along. Buddy and I don't get along. There's always...
How do Buddy and Pickle get along?
Nah. Of course, I wouldn't want to team those two up anyway. just for self-preservation. But yeah, Buddy is he's a big double yellow-headed Amazon. He's a big, strong guy. But for whatever reason, I don't know if I remind him of somebody or whatever. Cause, Buddy, at the first part of his life, this is the first part of the life, the story as we know it, is he was in a hardware store in a small town west of the city, and he lived in a display case for 15 years. All right, so not a lot of enrichment, not a lot of stuff, but he saw a lot of people. And he doesn't talk, he doesn't say much, but man, if I turn my back on him and he gets a chance, I get it every time.
So when you say you remind him of somebody,
someone
might have been like a door tapper or something.
So might have been
or
a door
try
tapper.
to scare him. Or...
Yeah. Because he does make it's like a yelping noise that he does, and he can get going on it's like a skipping record.
Oh, okay.
So he might have been doing something like you say, somebody might have tapped the glass or banged the cage or something like that. And
how long has he been here?
He's been with us now. Well, he was with us for I think 2 years, and then he was adopted out for a little while. Then he came back because there was some children in the equation that didn't work out. So now he's back. He's doing good, but he's got to find some people that understand Buddy.
And he's just hiding there, hey?
Yeah, he's not hiding, but yeah,
he's staying low.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you end up with one of those.
And I was just going to ask about vocalizations.
Yeah.
Does he pick it up when he comes back, or?
Oh yeah. He knows. He has a friend named Beaky, and those two, when they get together,
they chat.
Oh, it's more than it's like a crazy chatter. Yeah.
Beaky?
Yeah.
And Beaky's over here?
No, Beaky's at the house.
Oh, okay.
Because when they're together, they're both a problem.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
those when you were in school and there was those kids that you could hang around with and the kids that you shouldn't hang around with. It's the same sort of thing. When Buddy and Beaky are together, they make their own fun, and sometimes it's at my expense.
At my expense.
Yeah, and that's never a good deal for me. All right, so that's basically it. Everybody's gotten their breakfast, and we'll get. Yeah, that's good. And everything went well. Everybody's got their pellets still. Everybody's got their. Oh, this guy doesn't have his pellets. So he needs to get that topped up. But other than that, that's it. That was our morning routine. And all we have to do left is, like I said, top up a couple pellets and change some water dishes, and the birds are ready to go for the day. All right. So this is a new cockatiel that we got in. We were talking earlier about vitamin A deficiencies and stuff like that, and that's exactly what this little dude has. You won't be able to see it very clearly, but inside there, it's getting better, but you see how red his mouth is and everything like that. So that's a good sign that there's something not quite right. Yeah, so he has a little bit of an infection, and also just his whole quality is kind of down. So we're giving him from the vet. The vet's prescribed some vitamin A, and this is just a supplement, and he doesn't like it at all. But yeah, so he just has to take that orally. And then he also has an antibiotic that he doesn't like very much, but he has to have that orally as well, and he'll do that just until the course is over. There you go, buddy. And yeah, that's a very good.
Yeah, so he's got twice a day, 7 days a week.
Twice a day, 7 days a week. The vitamin he gets every second day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he's looking better already.
He's coming along.
His wings aren't as droopy as they were when he first came, and he doesn't have those nose plugs anymore.
Yeah. Both. Yeah. So he's feeling better.
Yeah.
Both nares were plugged solid, and that's another thing that you see with a vitamin deficiency quite often. So he's going to be ready probably in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how he does.
We'll just get a recheck on him to make sure, and then
yeah. But you can feel he's getting stronger.
Yeah.
This is the lifetime pellets from Hagen, or HARI, which is the Hagen Agricultural Research Institute. These are probably one of my favorite pellets on the market, just simply because they have one of the best quality control programs that I know of, and we've seen them firsthand. Each batch of this pellet has been tested, all recorded with the batch number and the lot number. If you ever find anything wrong with this pellet, you can get a hold of Hagen, the Hagen Research Institute, and they can tell you everything about this product. It's made in Canada, so it's a Canadian product, and a really, really good top-of-the-line bird food. This one, and all these pellets, I should say, basically have the same nutritional value. This is a pellet out of the States called Rowdy Bush. This is another fairly popular pellet. It is made differently than some of the other products. It's a little bit softer. So some birds that have trouble transferring from a seed diet onto a pelletized diet, Rowdy Bush might be a reasonable way for you to go, just simply because it's easy for them to eat, and it's readily available for them, and I think it has maybe it might taste a little bit better than some of the dry ones. This pellet is the one that people get very big about. This is a really top of the line pellet from Harrison's. Another really good pellet. This one's recommended by veterinarians quite a bit. This pellet is USDA certified organic, and it's one of the best pellets on the market at the time. This is the Zupreme pelletized diet. This Zupreme makes a bunch of different kinds. Some people are concerned about the fruit blend colors just because of the colors in it. They also have a product that is they're called their natural line. It's the same nutrition, it just doesn't have the color in it. But again, a very, very, very solid pelletized diet.